Hello, Rose. Okay, well, you get that done and I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for saying hi. Oh, I'm okay. Never been better. Hello, Z. How far out, though? I think is the best way to say it. More of a greeting than an actual question. And then you get to say, whoa, that's far out, bro. Every 3 seconds. Time doesn't seem to matter much anymore. Things are finally starting to fall into place, Z. And, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. There's got to be some purpose, some meaning, some hidden gem between the mountains of life and death. But the valley is low, the valley is high, the valley is everywhere, from the ground to the sky. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that life could be so deep? Am I right or am I wrong? Either way, we're all headed to the same place, but as alone can be. Other than that, I'm doing fine. Yeah, just hanging out. I was thinking I might just throw that on top of that. Maybe give it some kind of air. Hello, Mr. Elite Gaming. You know, it's funny because I named my firstborn child Mr. Elite Gaming. I just love the way I think that's Irish or Gaelic or something. But the way it rolls off the tongue, I just love that name. It was either that or Jonathan. I like Nicholas too, but Jonathan was a close second. But yeah, it's funny that you. Wait, is this my son? Mr. Elite Gaming? Wait, is this my son? I haven't talked to my son in 30 years. Is this you? Is this you, Mr. Elite Gaming? No. Is this Mr. Elite Gaming from Nebraska, 1979? Oh, I made a wish, Z, and you came true. See, I'm quick. Not as quick as Mr. Elite Gaming. See, oh, damn it. Okay, you're not my son then? We're not related. Okay, you're fake. We're all fake. This is the internet's. We can all just sit here and be fake togethers. How about them apple? How about make apples? I'm from the 80s too. Pleased to meet you. Again. I'm sure we've crossed paths before. Funny you should ask. Everyone's fake on the internet. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I smell something. Yeah. I smell something in the water. Como se dice? I smell something in the water. En español. Smell? How do you say smell in Spanish? Everybody's bloody fake on the internet. Everybody's bloody fake. No one has blood in their bodies on the internet. We're just cyber fake punks without blood. No bloody blood to speak of. Well, that's how you do it. Or at least that's how you start some kind of argument and get people pitted against each other. It was a long time ago. I said I would never pick up the guitar ever again after that wild incident in 1986. But I just happen to have 7 guitars just sitting around me at any given time, wherever I am, even in the bathroom. All right, here we go. You have no idea how old I am. Older than you, let's just say that. All right? Okay, let's just get back to the drawing. Hey, Jordan, how the heck are you? No, the guitar wasn't sick. It's me that's sick. Golly gosh darn dang. Surprised you didn't know that, Z. Holy moly. All right. Let's get this going down here. You know, I spent a little time on the islands, too. That's where I picked up the grapefruit kazoo and the ukulele, my friends. Oh, shit. Now, I don't even know about that one. I'm still trying to rectify the justice system. Every once in a while, the ukulele just pops out of nowhere and gives me the kind of courage I need just to get me back on the road and, you know, darn tootin', having a darn tootin' good time out there. Sometimes that's true, B. Is this is this the B? Bruno Mars? What's going on? There's people actually chatting in the chat box tonight. Mm-hmm. Sounds like a rule to me. You got good ears, Charlie. Thank you, sir. There needs to be more parodies of the Fight Club, but just with different genres. Mine kind of worked out perfectly. It was a suggestion by somebody, and their first name was, or their first letter of their name was B. I don't know, but no, I'm pretty fucking far from okay. Pretty fucking far. Speaking of movies, are you okay? No, man, I'm pretty motherfucking far from okay. I won't go any further with that one. But hey, team, what's up, team? Quackity quack, you are back. Oh yeah, but mine worked out perfectly because it was about art. And the whole thing with Fight Club, you know, it's like one person playing all these parts in the movie. You know, essentially it's one guy with all these different personalities. Well, it was so freaking meta and like perfect suggestion to do because not only was I playing all the parts, so it's obviously me, but I'm obviously, it's, you know, anybody that's seen the movie or read the book knows what's going on. And then even the female part, could be considered a personality. I think my version. Some people say in the movie or in the book too. I guess Marla is just a part of the narrator's personality as well. She's not even real, which I always think is kind of interesting. But I just watched the movie recently, and I don't know. There's a few parts where people react to her pretty darn. But it could have been him, just like Anyways, there's so much more to it. But yeah, um, that but then there's so many parts in the Fight Club, like just the perfect line in the one that I've always remembered that I'll probably obviously never forget. But even the Mona Lisa's falling apart when the narrator loses a tooth, because I don't know how many times I've said that because I'm missing my front tooth. But it gives me this awesome accent, and people can't tell when I jump the border and I run around, run like a maniac into other countries, and I wreak a bunch of havoc and turmoil and stuff. They always ask me. They're like, "Hey, son, where are you from? Where are you from? Can't place your accent." And I say, "Wouldn't you like to know?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, that's why we're asking. I mean, we are you know, the police and stuff." But I usually get away scot free because I can change my accents at will, and at William and Bill, just for the thrill, just like that. Thank you, B. I'm just doodling. I almost did this like I was gonna, because I'm looking at my screen on my phone and I tried to scroll my paper like an idiot. And nobody probably would have noticed that if I didn't mention it. Oh man, Lola, I am jealous. Alistair, right there with you with that little happy face. It's morning for you? Okay, okay. It's morning where you are. What kind of morning? How early in the morning is it for you? Where where do you live? What continent do you live on? His name. What about Bob? What about Bob? I gave up. A few people on here might know. I haven't really like been. Well, there's nowhere to announce it, but I kind of gave up on Facebook and Instagram. So I just put those things aside because they didn't make me feel good in my head. And there's a huge difference it, from the community that I get on YouTube versus the community that I was not getting, or the anti version of that. And that was all because of me, because of my own stupid versions or views or perspectives about how about what I was trying to get from those sites, and it was hurting me inside, and I didn't realize it for a very long time. And plus, you make all these excuses. It's like, well, I draw. Where else is people going to see my art? And I'm like thinking, what, the 12 people that like, your fucking photo, like that matters? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. And but I like it. I stay on YouTube because the people on here have been through this whole change I've been going through in the past. It's almost been a year, to like a week, you know. It was this time last year where I got injured up in Portland, and I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do with my life. And I was scared and had nervous breakdown after nervous breakdown, falling apart in this little teeny studio apartment in Portland, Oregon. My poor little kitty cat. I went through so many changes in this last year alone, in the last 6 months alone. And the people here on this site, in usually when I go live, and I've slowly built a little cool little community, and not big, not huge, but enough where I got support from the last place on earth I would think I would get support from, and it was from the internet. So when I said that thing earlier about the internet being fake, I was being honest, like I was being truthful, but at the same time, there ain't nothing like the internet. I mean, complete strangers will just sit here and watch me draw for hours, and I don't even ask them to. They just come and do it. They just sit there and watch, or they hang out and they talk, or whatever it is. and I've learned a lot about myself and other people. You know, you can learn a lot just by listening and watching too, but I've worked customer service as well for a very long time, and you get to learn a lot about people doing that job as well. But you can also, what I mean too is in a positive way, you can learn a lot about yourself. Because I went into my job this morning, I worked at the pet store today, and we sell food and supplies, we don't sell animals. But I told myself that I was going to treat everybody that I met like they were gods, like they were like Buddha or something like that, you know, because they're all like variations of God, you know, or whatever that is to you. But for me, it's just, I just looked at everybody like they were, I don't know, these different versions of the same God, which I kind of think at the end of the day we all are. We're just fingerprints. What do you call it? It's like Graham Hancock, fingerprints of the gods, but I don't mean it like that. Even though that's a pretty cool concept too. Because there was definitely something going on a long time ago, wasn't there? Y'all remember? You will anyways. I remembered. And I've been having the craziest dreams of my life the last few nights. Where I wake up and I forget which planet I'm on. And like where I belong even. Everything's upside down. But I'm weaning myself off of stuff as well. Pharmaceuticals. The prescribed ones. Maybe a little bit too much info, but it's my channel. It's my life. I think I'm just gonna exercise and go for walks and meditate and do a little bit more praying and talking to God. And I think, yeah, I can definitely make a lot of money doing that. Nah, I just have my own little path that I'm on, and I feel like I'm on the right path. And that's a good feeling to have every once in a while, you know. Believe me, life will definitely throw you off the path if so's bees it. But you gotta stay alive, you know. Gotta keep fighting. Hey, Malin. You're autistic today. Jeez. What makes you autistic today as opposed to autistic every day or all the time? I don't mean that in an insensitive way either. I don't know much about autism. I think that I could be possibly in the same ballpark of the same spectrum, but only on the elbow, only in the elbow section. You ever tried to pinch the You ever tried to pinch the back of your elbow where there's no pain? Hey, Malin, it's funny you should ask. I was just getting done with a 2-hour rant about how I was doing. Let me start over.
From the top.
Yeah, from the top, please.
All right, boys. Hey, Tony in the back, are you paying attention?
Tony, are you paying attention back there?
Tony.
Hey, Tony. Are you the new guy, right?
Yeah, his name's Tony.
Hey, Tony. Can you, what the devil? Tony's being a little jerk. Can you hold the cue cards up, brother? Thank you, little brother. Appreciate it. You know I can't read.
I can, yes, sir.
Do it, please. We have to read out loud. Nobody's gonna believe me. Doesn't matter. Oh. It's a never-ending rant. Time doesn't exist here. It works differently up here on the moon. Lunar time is much different than terrestrial time. I guess terrestrial is everywhere you want to be. But you can't quite get there. Kind of like the Mount Doom in Mordor. Kind of like everywhere you want to be, but you just can't quite there. Yeah. Just in time to watch the whole thing fall apart. It's not quite that much fun for anybody, is it? And even if it was, who'd be watching? Who'd be paying for it, right? Who'd be paying for that? There's a bunch of lava everywhere, ruining the real estate. It's going to take at least 200 years for that thing to settle down. So we can put some barges on there, start building. Maybe have like a cafe, Lord of the Rings cafe of some kind. Nothing fancy. What the hell are you talking about? What's going on around here? Oh, somebody's listening. The ear. That's why I said that. The ear. I should be sleeping, but I'm not. I should be laughing, but instead I only cough. I could be dreaming, but I thought you were home to make me dinner. So that's what I'm working on. It's funny you should bring that up. I didn't tell anybody that I was writing a song called whatever you just, yeah, I should be sleeping and stuff. It's just still working on it. I hope somebody was recording that because I don't have any way of saving what I just did. So if somebody was holding their phone or like a tape deck up to the speakers at some point during that, because I didn't record it, have no idea how to record. Everything's mono, tape, deck, whatever you want to call it around here. It's 1812 in these parts. Before sound, we're just using brick and mortar, sons and guns. That's how we do it. Especially with the little tap of a brick. Get some shades in there, some green pens and like that, you know, just like in the olden days. Snap into it. There we go. I'll just add the little lip right there. Does anybody else believe in dinosaurs? You've been working on a poem and it's going good. Oh my gosh, boats are made of wood. This isn't a poem, but you better stay clear. Do anybody else want some candy bars around here? I'm a poet and I know it. If I was a pirate, I could stow it. See, I did it. I wrote a poem just for you, Malin. You can have it liquefied, hardified, or even petrified. You're welcome. Don't ever let anybody tell you what dreams can be, or what they can't be, or even if you can eat dreams. I eat dreams at least 3 times a week. And every time I wake up and I'm a new person, every time. It gets pretty wild in here. Just a little bit scary.
But only sometimes. Just a little while. Oh,
What's that? What do you say?
anyway, your friends outside, man. Huh? What do you mean?
Yeah. Okay. You just sound so cool when you said it. Much more impressive than I sound.
Well, it's because you sound like a little kid, or you sound like a little child or something. I don't even know what the hell you're trying to sound like. Huh?
Well, I don't even know what the heck you're trying to sound like.
Fair enough. That's valid. That is valid, my little brother.
Are you my brother?
Emil, huh? What?
Are you my brother?
No, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes, man. Yes, we're brothers.
Really? Oh gosh. Didn't you have a song about it?
Oh shit, man. Really? You wanted me to sing goddamn fuck?
God damn it. Yeah, I got a song. Yeah, I got a song about it. God damn it. You're my brother. You're my brother. You're my brother. Gonna die today. You're my brother. Oh, brother.
You're my little brother. Look out behind you.
All right. Does that make you happy?
It's kind of a scary song.
Well, it's not supposed to be. What were you expecting, man? We're brothers. You know? Shit.
I guess you're right.
What are you drawing over here?
Bad accents.
Oh man, I feel your pain.
Does anybody else like ever dream about miracles? Such as breathing underwater. Or if you have a friend and their name is Walter, you ever tried laying underneath somebody named Walter and getting a video of yourself saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm breathing under Walter." That would be funny. And then, but you'd have to hold up the person's ID for the camera just so they could really know that the person's name is Walter, because it wouldn't be that funny if it was like Steve or something. And you were just pretending. People would find out. It's the internet. It'd be funny though. I would laugh.
Doesn't Bowley? Like, what do you mean? Like pizzle sticks? I work at pet stores, so you gotta be a little more specific. Besides, I feel like I'm the only one that should ever feel down around here. I mean, you guys are the ones that lift me up. Heck, if I can't lift you up, what good am I doing, Malin? You know I love you. No one here's gonna bully you, and if they did, they got another thing coming. I ain't even kidding about that. No bullies allowed at this Storie Grubb club. So everybody agree? Just raise your hand. Here we go. What is this? It looks like a muscle. Yeah. You know what? If I was a puppet, I think I would be purple. What about you guys? Well, Malin, you just start. You focus on your own personal journey. Try not to focus on what other people think. I wish somebody had told me that at a younger age. You have to be aware of maybe some things, but you don't ever have to concern yourself with how other people think, because other people are always going to think something different. And everybody's brain, imagine all the crazy stuff that's going on in their brain right now, all the thousands and billions of moving parts, like a crazy psychedelic Star Wars cartoon, just bouncing around like ping pong machines inside of your little brain all the time, all at once, synapse to synapse, just in and out. And then imagine that going for like all billions of other people on the planet at the same time. And all those people, some of them can drive cars, and they're out there driving cars with all these like Star Wars shit going on in their brain all the time. You know what I mean? And you can never ever think or even conceive of what some of these people are even thinking or conceiving inside of their own minds. Let alone what you even think and conceive and think about what's in your own mind all the time. Because there's minds within minds. There's galaxies within galaxies, Malin. We're all floating around in outer space and out here in somebody's brain billions of times over, particle beams and all that stuff. So it's just not worth thinking about what other people think about from time to time. If you're gonna think about it, or worry about it. Only give it so much time a day, but then call it quits after 5. Go on vacation from those bad thoughts, and never let people be bullies to you. Always stand up to bullies, and don't ever stand by as somebody else is getting bullied. That's not proper either. Speak softly, but wear steel-toe boots. Now, if you heard that whole thing, that's going to cost you about $5, Malin. That was some free therapy right there. You can pay me later. Don't worry about it. That was pro bono. No, it's really, really, really hard to not let other people kind of mess with your brain. It's very, very difficult. It's easy to say all that stuff, what I just said. I mean, actually, whatever I just said, that wasn't easy to say. Like, my throat kind of hurts now because of the voice that I was using. But to be honest, I'm horrible at taking my own advice. But lately I've been working on exactly what you're talking about. And I've been flipping things around, like doing things purposefully the opposite of what I feel like my instinct would do, which my instincts are born out of fear, anxiety, or whatever, fear is just like the root in all these different little, little diseases sprout off of it like little flower buds. And like, like anxiety and stress and all these, self-deprecation and, self-conscious is maybe a branch of that as well, but it's a battle you're never gonna win, wondering what other people think. I'm speaking in generalities too. I don't know your situation, but I spent way too long. I don't know. I guess I was lucky because I always had art, even as a kid. So I was just always able to just immerse myself into my own little world. I used to draw comic books all throughout elementary school and high school. And it was such a distraction. I don't know. I was kind of a loner all throughout school and even, I don't know, I sort of had like a friend base for a while, and I guess I still do. It's still there. But I'm very much a what do you call it? Sorry. What do you call it when you... Oh, I had the word. I'm losing it. Oh, self-induced? What do you call it? But I put myself into a corner, and for a long time I thought like it was other people, and then one day I was like, wait a second. Sometimes when like everybody has, a problem with somebody, it's not them, it's the person with the... And I'm like, the common denominator, and I went back and I started reanalyzing my life, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the one that cut the threads with that person. I'm the one that couldn't handle this, or I didn't say this when I should have, or I'm the one that let this go on for far too long, and never... I let things go, even like to the point of being bullied by people, and then after even sometimes years of letting that happen, one day I'll just put my foot down, or when I drank alcohol, I would just like get drunk or shit-faced, and then just it would all fucking come out, and sometimes the people would be there, and they'd be on the receiving end of this huge, and they would have had no idea that I had these feelings, been harboring these feelings for all these years. Because I'm horrible at talking to people, so I'm not the best at giving advice, but I've been around the block, and I know a few things. 1, fuck bullies. Never allow yourself to be bullied if you can, or others to be bullied. Always root for the underdog. And 2, you're never gonna win. You're never gonna win with other people. You've got to figure out a way to
go inside yourself and make peace with yourself. And then it doesn't, and then you'll realize that you'll realize your own personal stuff. But for me, I'm realizing that when I'm finding inner peace or whatever it is, sort of something what I consider it to be, then it really doesn't matter what people think, because it's all about perspective and pizza and stuff. Pizza's really good. So inner peace, pizza, to hell with bullies, cable TV, internet people. That's it, I think. Only 5. It's a 5-figure discount right there. But I think also on that list should be forgiveness too. A lot of it is that you have to forgive yourself, which I have a hard time doing myself. But it's not like it can happen overnight. But that's why it's so important to stick to your guns and fight the good fight and be true to yourself. Otherwise, as true and honest as you can, because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you'll look back and you'll get to a certain age, or something crazy will happen, some bomb will drop out of the sky, so to speak, and you'll be like, oh damn, I've been doing this, playing this game way too long. You'll find yourself, sweetie. It's okay. You just gotta keep digging, gotta keep trying. That's the thing. I think there is some beauty in just letting things go. Not to a point where, you're not going and getting taken care of if you're sick or something. I just mean, I don't know. They're just giving into the whole mortality of it all. There's something beautiful in just understanding that everything beautiful, everything that you consider beautiful anyways, the universe doesn't care. Doesn't care about good, doesn't care about bad, doesn't care about bullies, doesn't care about good people, bad people. The universe really doesn't care. That these are things that we created for ourselves in order to survive. And they're tales that we tell ourselves, and they're archetypes that we fall into place, that we fall into every time we step out the door or go online or look ourselves in the mirror, especially, It's the same ones that have been around for eons. And a lot of those archetypes have just been sitting out there in the cosmos, waiting for self-aware little creatures like us to pick it back up and be able to make symbols out of it and live it, breathe it. It's crazy. And after we're gone, another civilization, another crazy, weird little humanoid civilization will pop up here, and we'll be doing the same exact shit billions of years from now, or whatever the hell it is, It's not like we're the first of our kind, anyways. And once you really let that sink in, because that's what I feel more and more is that I've. I guess that's why I can't be an atheist, is because I feel like I've been here before, many times over, and I feel like I'm learning some great lesson this time around, or I've definitely learned my fair share. Things that, mistakes that I've made where I just will never do, that I can never do again. I think one of the biggest things that I need to work on is just being able to communicate with people.
But I think that also begins with being true to yourself. Once you can forgive yourself and love yourself, take yourself out on dates and take yourself out to the water park, during the summertime. Now you can, once you're just balls to the wall, honest to yourself or with yourself, whatever that means to you, then I think everything else sort of will fall into place. Then nothing ever will look the same or taste the same or sound the same or be the same or be pronounced the same. Life ain't a box of chocolates. Life is a moldy carrot. Everybody wants one. I know I do. I love moldy carrot. Wait. Yeah, no. Moldy carrots. That's a great metaphor. But it just depends on what you do with that carrot. You can stew it. You can chew it. You can do it. It's a moldy carrot. I mean, there's only about 3 things you can do with it. That's what life is. A box of moldy carrots. You never know which one you're going to carrot. I've met some good people in this world, though, in this life. It's true what they say, too. You always hurt the ones you love, It's like the strangest thing. I learned that I did that when I would get my heart broken or something, where I like lash out at people. I would like uncontrollably lash out at people sometimes. I was such a little shit because I didn't know how to control, and I'm not like a master at controlling my emotions or anything, but definitely not what I used to be. But then, sometimes you just gotta learn your lesson and move on, be a little more patient. I got my seventh doctorate in patience in the medical field back in Alabama back in 1973. All at once, they just gave me this huge award. The whole entire state shut down just for an afternoon, and it still does every year. Celebrating the day that I graduated law school down in Alabama. It took me a year to celebrate. When I went back to honky-tonk classes, got my doctorate in songwriting, honky-tonk hellbilly, famous Western country women, famous Star Burger commercials and stuff like that. But I got distracted for a little bit. But now that I'm back at it, drawing is just like second nature. And that's all that. Oh shit, Maylin, what's going on? So what? Exactly. Let the chips fall where they may. Look at this little troll. Looks like Picasso, sort of, like with the hair and his greedy little grubby eyes and stuff. His little cheekbones. There's a lot of things from, that's funny. B keeps bringing up Fight Club quotes. There's a lot of, because that's what I was talking about earlier, there being a lot of references to, you can twist that movie around in any way you want. You can make it about ballet. You're like, gentlemen, welcome to Ballet Club. But and you could do all these quotes and write them in different ways and stuff. But it was funny writing that because at the time when I first moved down here, I was
this is how I met Rosie and Barbara Rosenthal. They're illustrators that live over by the ocean, friends of mine. But when I came down here, I was just sort of lost, and I had culture shock because I came from Portland, Oregon, like living with people. I mean, right outside my door, people were screaming and graffitiing and steal. I mean, it was just like going from this crazy ass world, wonderful. I loved it. World to Paso Robles wine country in California and suburban, just no graffiti, no, it's just sterile again, and everything's just cookie cutter, but just way, way, way different from what I'm used to and where I want it to be, and I was kind of having like a little bit of a, uh, I guess an identity crisis when I moved down here, and I was just, had just sort of been finishing up these illustrations that sort of changed a lot for me. And I was asking myself a lot of questions like, where does this stuff come from? Where does this art come from? It drives me crazy because I wish I could just be like a normal person and not constantly, constantly be thinking about this stuff. But if I'm going to be thinking about it, I want to talk to other people that are like me. And so I just, I thought I would connect with people. I've said this before. I feel like a broken record, but long story short, I found Rosie and his wife Barbara from a gallery downtown, and they live a little ways away, and they're really nice and everything. But my idea is that at the time when I first met them was, why did they make art, and why do artists do what they do? And I guess it's just it's that age old question. People are a trip. Artists are a trip. Because you meet one and you always. That's why I don't like even meeting my heroes anymore. Because I've met a few and it's just never what you. I think it's just best to just leave it in your mind. I want. I want the world to be magical again instead of having to know everything all the time. The only thing I want to know is that my family and my friends are okay, and that the end isn't so nigh that we can't pull back on the reins a little bit. Have a little have a little fun while we're here. Make some music, make some art, listen to music, buy some art. Life's a trip. Life's a trip and then you skip. Hey, morning light. Are those lyrics or something? I wrote a song a long time ago called Morning Light. It's really I like those words. If you've ever seen Donnie Darko, um, before Drew Barrymore's character walks out of the classroom, cellar door is written on the chalkboard, and he says, "Cellar door, what's that?" And she says that it's like, according to some poet or some linguist, um, those are the two, or it's the most beautiful set of words ever, you know, just aesthetically or whatever pleasing, whatever she says. And I think Morning Light is a close second. Oh, okay. Well, it's really pretty, Millen. You should screenshot that or something because it sounds like a poem or something like that. And maybe it is. And maybe you already have it written down, but I think it's pretty. I think just the words Morning Light, it's just like there's just some kind of little glimmer of hope in it. And I think that's sometimes a little glimmer of hope is all you need just to get yourself kick-started, or some little seed to be planted. And I remember I remember when I was young, I remember being in places that I thought were definitely like my darkest places, as far as just feeling alone in the universe and the world especially. And I was wrong. But that didn't make those moments unimportant either. I learned a lot even as a teenager. Hung out by myself a lot. Sorry, I had to drink something. I see. Yeah, I have. I've been really trying to pay attention to my dreams lately, and I've been sleeping better. I've been usually when I wake up at 2, or because I always wake up at 2 o'clock, if not 3 o'clock, every single morning. Every single morning. But whereas I used to get up at 2 or 3 just because I couldn't or I didn't want to go back to sleep, now I've been wanting to go back to sleep so I can dream, and that's when my dreams get even crazier. Um, and the last 4 days or something, my dreams have just been the most vivid. It's almost like I'm just stepping into another dimension, and I can feel everything and see everything and taste and smell and the whole shebang. And it, it's like it's like, how do you even describe a dream where it's just like waking life? Oh, what kind of dream did you have last night? Oh, well, you know how you just drove over here from the grocery store or from the mall or something like that, and all the things you saw and the people you saw and all the things, and yeah, that. But it's just a little darker, more twisted. But it's just a whole exact perfect world of stuff going on, and my dreams have always been intense, but lately I've been sort of paying more attention to them because I've been listening to different things, and trying to, I don't know, um, focus on, I don't know, I don't want to say God necessarily, but because it's not like it's like dream gods or something. I don't even know, like those archetypes I was talking about, maybe, or just the voice inside of you that yeah, I guess the God that creates these dreams and helps you, you in your psyche, you create these dreams to, if you pay attention to them, you can learn a lot about where you need to go in life and what's truly bothering you. It's another way of figuring out how honest you can be with yourself too. Like last night, I had a dream, and I just don't ever even want to think about it ever again. It was really messed up. But there's like movies, and you're like, how did my brain do that? Why did my brain do that? That's why it's important to always remember too that you're not your thoughts. We can think up anything. Doesn't mean you are, you know. But I think actions speak louder than words. You don't want to die in your dreams? I don't want to die in my dreams either. Okay, hold on a second. I missed your. I ever get scared in my dreams? I get scared a lot in my dreams too. I have dreams where um, and also I don't think I'm not paying attention to what you're saying. I know I'm just glossing over what you're writing, but this is how it's not like you're in the room and we can just have a conversation, this is how I have to sort of balance it, but how I can relate a little bit. I don't know if I'm helping you or not. I don't know if you're asking for help. I don't think you are. Anyways, you know what I'm getting at. The internet is weird sometimes. But I dream a lot, and I die in my dreams a lot. And I've had a recurring dream for a very long time where I'm going too fast around a like curvy road, and it's nighttime, and I'm up in the mountains, and I lose control of the car as I'm going around a curve, and I just slide right off the frickin' road, and I just go off into the darkness, um, free falling basically inside the car, and I know I'm like hundreds of yards from whatever bottom of this valley thing or trench, because usually it's just pitch black, and I'm just going off into the darkness, which is even more terrifying if you think about it, kind of, sort of. But and I die, and I've had those dreams ever since I was a kid. Um, and the other day, what was it? Yeah, 2 days ago, I was driving up on this. It was some kind of same scenario, even up in the mountains. It was the windiest I'd ever. It was the windiest drive I've ever experienced in my life. I was driving to work. It's like 9:30 in the morning or something, and it was foggy, windy. I swear to God, the winds were like 80 miles an hour. It was absolutely insane. There was a truck in front of me and a car in front of them. Could barely even see them, and I had both my hands on the wheel. And at one point, the wind, excuse me, the wind grabbed my car and it just flung it to the right. And I thought I was gonna go off the frickin' road. And I had a quick little vision of those dreams I've been having, and um, it would just be so. And there's been a few times on my way home from work when it's just pitch black and it's been windy, and all it would take is a big gust or a car coming out of nowhere, and I would just go off into the darkness like in my dreams. It's almost like one of those things where it's almost prophetic. Where I explain that to people, and they're like, "Yeah, maybe you shouldn't take that road. It's the only road I can take." It's just intense. Life is. But I was always thinking before I would take this road to work, anyways, um, that I must have like died in a died like that in a dream. I'm sorry, died like that in another life or something, like, because sometimes you dream stuff and you're like, how? Even though we watch movies and we have great imaginations, we've dreamt up every scenario you can ever conceive of. Even just one human has. Um, yeah, it's just dreams are. I think dreams are very special, and you should never. They can be scary, but if you can try to get a hold of them and control them, especially, it sounds like you have vivid dreams, and I think if you're not already doing it, you should practice learning how to control your dreams. That way, you become the master of your domain. And then you can start using the same tools that you do that to use in real life. And then I started doing that with customer service. Started implementing just certain things, like I said, just doing things I normally wouldn't do, and people turn around sometimes and look at you like, "What did you just say?" But then they just start laughing or something. Whereas I thought every time I've ever talked to them how I expect them to want to be talked to, I get nowhere. But then one day they come in and they're like, and I said, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "Yeah, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever you do too." And they just start like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the other day that happened. This lady was demanding another coworker, or basically my boss, to be there. Well, I want her to be here. I don't this and that. I said, "Well, I can probably help you. I know a little bit about food and this and that." She's like, "No, I'm just gonna wait for them to get here, and I want to talk to them." And I said, "Well, my name's Sean, so whenever you want to talk to me," or something like that. And then she, you know, kind of changed, her whole attitude changed, and we ended up talking for like an hour about like pet food and stuff. So, um, I don't know. Sometimes learning how to it's almost like you can use your dreams as test runs. You can test things out in your dreams that you normally couldn't in real life, and just be bold and where you weren't bold before. Maybe I'm not talking about you, Malin, necessarily, but just people in general. Okay, well, you take care of yourself. I did feel like something was missing, Malin. But I found it. Or it found me. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. Just so you know. I hope you have sweet dreams. I can tell you were really invested in what I was saying. At any rate, everybody else, hey, dreams are important. Hey, Pastor. How the heck are you, mate? I think I wrote a song about that, actually. How the heck are you, mate? I said. How the heck are you, mate? I said. Yeah. I'm still working on it. But I think it's got some credentials. I mean, potentials. Sorry if that was loud. Hey, my phone's gonna die. Shit, my battery's gonna die, everybody. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Maybe if I go in, no, it's definitely gonna die. Okay, everybody, I gotta go before my phone dies. Y'all be careful, okay? Don't look at the cans. I don't want to get copywritten. But I'm okay. I'm just tired. Gotta go lay down. But y'all be safe, okay? You be good. I love you.